Honey, sweeter than honey, worth more than money, easy like Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we will be talking about honey fragrances. Well, fragrances that have honey in it, that the honey is the main note that pulls on my skin. How's that? If you're interested, please keep watching. Okay y'all, so before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you decided to come back because you've been here before, big up your whole self. Truly, truly appreciate your continued support. As always, let's talk about the lips. So on my lips today, I'm just wearing this I'm trying to see what it looks like. It's just like a gloss. This is from Pat McGrath Labs, and this is called a Prima Donna. So it's just like it really doesn't come off pink on me. It's like a really light-ish, really no color. Just a lip gloss. Like I'm just putting Vaseline on my lips. And my scent of the day is this one right here, and this is from the house of Wilhelm Perfumery, and this one is called Opus Core. So Opus Core is like a really, it's fruity, musky. It's a fruity, musky floral. I find that it's kind of like, it's perfectly balanced. It's not fruity, it's not too musky, it's not too floral. It's just a really nice, smooth blend. Really great fragrance for every day. Nice for work because it's light, it's unobtrusive, etc. And really good for the days when you want to wear a fragrance but you don't really want to wear a fragrance. But yeah, this is Opus Core from the house of Wilhelm Perfumery. Performance, it gives me about 4 to 6 hours on my skin. But yeah, nice little personal scent bubbles. So no crazy projection or sillage. It's just relaxing there in the background. All right, so scent of the day, Opus Core from the house of Wilhelm Perfumery. All right, y'all, so let's talk honey. Honey. We're talking about honey today. So, honey is a note that sometimes it can be too heavy, too dense, too sweet. Of course, it all depends on the perfumer and how the fragrance is blended, etc. And then sometimes it could pull a little animalic. So it's definitely a note in a fragrance that when I see honey, I always try before I buy. And I said always, but the first example of the first fragrance that I'm going to talk about, definitely I didn't try it. It was a blind buy, but it wasn't really expensive. So the one that I speak of is in my hand right here, and it is Pure Honey from Kim Kardashian. So it's Kim K, y'all. It's a honey fragrance from Kim Kardashian. I like the bottle. I find it cute, and there's like a little bee right here that says Kim K honey or pure honey. Let me give it a spray. So with the fragrances today, my intention is to speak of the least expensive to the most expensive that I have here. So maybe in the beginning you'll be like, okay, that's it, I'm done, that's all I could afford. But yeah. So, first of all, let me tell you what this costs. This costs it was $13.95 with tax. And I'm pretty sure you could get it a little cheaper, but that's how much I paid for it. And this is Pure Honey by Kim Kardashian. So, this is like a kind of floral honey to me. It has freesia. I think there's some freesia in there. There's honeycomb, and in the base there's some vanilla. So it's sweet, but it's not too heavy at all. This honey seems to be like a really on my skin. Let me stop. On my skin, it's a really, what I like to call benign honey. It's not doing too much. It's sweet though, so if you don't like a sweet fragrance, don't bother spending your $13.95. But if you like something sweet, and of all the fragrances that I have here to speak about, this is probably the lightest one. Gave me about 3.5, 4 hours on the skin. Minimal sillage, minimal projection. So I guess, you know, you get a good bang for your buck, because this is a whole 100 ml, y'all, for $13.95. So this is my first honey fragrance, and this is from Kim Kardashian, and it's called Pure Honey. Okay, next up is a fragrance from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is Scandal. So this is the original Scandal. Look at the legs in the air. You know, a lot of people hate that. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just, you know, it's just a JPG free fragrance. That's what they do. But yeah, this one is called Scandal. I have Scandal, and I have Scandal by Night. And I think the biggest difference in the Scandal by Night is I think there's some raspberry in it. But this one here is like a blood orange. There's blood orange honey. There's some gardenia, so it gives it like this creamy, earthy, sweet, deep, dense, somewhat sexy effect. So if you don't like all the adjectives I used to describe this fragrance, if none of those are something that you're looking for in a fragrance, then stay away from this. Did I say it was sweet? Yeah, it's super sweet. It's one of those really sweet, dense fragrances. Probably better for cooler weather. In terms of performance, this thing goes for days. This thing lasts on my skin 8+ hours. I don't overspray because you got to be careful, because there are white florals in here and there's honey, so be careful. So it can get a little heady, it can get a little cloying, but gives me about 8+ hours on my skin. Projection, sillage, for days, when I tell you, on and on and on and on. So I think that you really have to enjoy a sweet fragrance to enjoy this, because the way it performs, if you have to wear this all day and you don't enjoy a sweet fragrance, yeah, you're not gonna love it, y'all. It's not gonna be a good thing. So yep, JPG Scandal. This one you can get for, I saw it as low as like $50. It might be even less on some of their websites. Can't remember how much I paid for it. It's been a long time since I've had it. Obviously, it's not something I reach for too much, because I've had it for at least 2.5 years, and this is where my dent is. So yeah, it has its time, it has its place. I feel like, you know, date night, I can pull for it when it's cold. Yeah, so Scandal from Jean Paul Gaultier. Okay, so the next one up on my list is right here. It is Nectarine Blossom from the house of Jo Malone. I've spoken of, I think this was on my July or August tray. I can't remember, but it was on one of those trays, and I did use it. So this fragrance right here, it retails for $165, but I saw it for as low as $90 on the gray market, so it's out there, like less expensive than what you would pay in the store. I got mine full retail, and they had like an artist in there, and they did the little hibiscus for me, so I enjoyed that. So this fragrance right here is a really light wearing, pretty fragrance. On my skin, it opens with like a juicy, like really succulent nectarine note, and then I get the peach, and then there's some honey. Now the honey, when the honey really comes out on my skin, is when I'm wearing it in the heat, when it mixes with my body heat and my body chemistry, I start getting like a really nice sweet whiff of honey. So it's not, to me, it's like really, you know, light and playful and pretty. Great for this time of year here in Florida. Great, a really nice summer fragrance, I would say. Summer, spring, depending on where you are geographically. Yeah, So it's sweet, but not as sweet as the first two that we mentioned. It's not dense at all, light wearing, good every day, good for work, good for running errands, moderate projection and sillage. In terms of longevity, dang, it's Jo Malone, y'all. So I got a little bit out of it, 5 hours, sometimes 6, sometimes 4. It just depends on the day and how much water I had. I don't know, but yeah, it's not a fragrance that performs. It's definitely not a beast mode fragrance, and we know this of this Jo Malone line. So yep, this is my girl right here, Nectarine Blossom and Honey from the house of Jo Malone. Next up, I have a fragrance from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Naxos. And yep, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're into fragrances, you've heard a little bit about Naxos. Naxos is a really captivating, in my opinion, unisex scent. So this is, it retails for $250, and this is 100 ml. So, but I'm sure they have it like on the gray market, other places that you can get it for less than retail. But when I got this, I did pay full retail for it at the time. So this is a bright, brilliant, year-round scent. I really think so. There's bergamot, lemon, jasmine sambac, honey, and a tobacco leaf in the base. Now, the spices, they just really, they blend so well with the citruses, and they just like come together. And then the florals are there, that jasmine, you get a little taste of that jasmine. But on my skin, the honey and the dry down, the honey and the tobacco leaf, they do something really special together. So, the tobacco leaf kind of gives it more of a, I want to say, masculine nuance, but then the honey is there, and the honey makes it sweeter. So like they're playing together, and they dance on my skin, and they have a good time. And yeah, this is Naxos. It gives me about 7+ hours on my skin, and projection and sillage, I would say moderate. I wear this in the heat. I love it. It bounces. It just, I don't know, maybe all fragrances bounce off people in the heat, and it's just like gives you, like, you get whiffs of it, and it's just like it's dancing on the skin. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. So this is Naxos from the house of Xerjoff. If you haven't had your nose on it, I really think you should get your nose on it, because it's a really nice fragrance that's nicely blended, nice on your guy, nice on you. So yep, here's Naxos. Okay, so next up is a fragrance here from the house of Initio, and this one is called Addictive Vibrations. So, there's something about this fragrance, y'all. I'm gonna spray it a little bit more. So this retails for $345. This is a 100 ml bottle. So this is like a blend of musks and honeys. There's apple blossom, orange blossom, there's some vanilla, and they all blend into this like carnal, really sexy vibe. But the honey, like, I was expecting, right, when I tried this fragrance for the first time a year or so ago, I was expecting the honey to pull a little bit more animalic, like a fragrance that I don't have in my collection, Back to Black from Kilian. I toyed with that one, but it just did something. I don't know what it did. But yeah, I was expecting that from this, but no, not this one. This gives a sexy carnal vibe, but it's not too animalic. So, I was expecting the musk and then the honey, and then I was expecting it to, but it didn't. It's sexy, but it's not all the way over there sexy, So anyways, this is Addictive Vibrations from the house of Initio Parfums. Now the longevity gives me about 8+ hours on the skin, moderate sillage, projection. I would say it's above moderate, because I've gotten compliments on this when I was in the other aisle of the store. So it might have been well, not might have been. That's the sillage too, because that's the trail I left. But anywho, people gonna smell you, alright? Said all that to say, you will be smelled. And if you enjoy a honey note, this is a sexy honey note. It's not too sweet. It's really well balanced. And I feel like you could wear this all year round. In the summertime, I would wear it in the evening, and I won't spray more than 5 sprays. So yep, Addictive Vibrations from the house of Initio Parfums. Okay, so next up on my list, a fragrance that I think I've spoken about in a couple videos prior, but this is the Harmonist Moon Glory. So this is Moon Glory from the house of the Harmonist. Now this retails for $350, and this is the 50 ml bottle. So she a little pricey, y'all. And I didn't know it was 50 mls until I looked the other day when I was looking at pricing. But yeah, all their bottles look like this, and this is the 1.7 ounce, and it retails for $350. So this to me is like a really luxurious, captivating. There's like this honeyed, floral, sexy kind of nuance. Yeah, it's like a really pretty, yeah, warm, sensual. The honey dances so much on my skin. It's so pretty. Like, it typically really takes over the florals. The florals in here, they are in the background on my skin, but the honey comes forward. And I guess, you know, like I said, my body heat, etc. But yeah, this gives me 6+, 7+ hours on my skin. Projection, sillage, I would say it's moderate. It's a really classy fragrance. I like these bottles. Again, I really want to explore the house a little bit more. But yep, this is Moon Glory from the house of the Harmonist. Okay, next up we have this fragrance here from the house of Byredo, and this is called Casablanca Lily. This is also a 50 ml, and it retails for $350. Now this fragrance is gardenia, tuberose, trying to open it, honey, and that honey is pretty intense. Now be careful. If you saw when I sprayed on this, it left like a little stain, so it may stain your clothes, the juice in the bottle. So be careful with that. So according to Byredo, I didn't know this fragrance is inspired by Moroccan life. And this fragrance is supposed to surround you and embrace you by the elegance of the city. Well, I didn't know. Facts. That's what Byredo says about Casablanca Lily. The sillage, moderate. Projection, moderate. About 6 hours on the skin. I think in one of my other videos I did say that it really, really reminds me of Amarige by Givenchy. So this is like on my skin, like literally. I get Amarige a whole lot, except with that dense honey note. So yeah, this is Casablanca Lily. Pricey fragrance. I haven't worn it that much, but I plan on taking it for a twirl as it gets cooler. So yeah, get your nose on it if you haven't already. A lot of people think it's overpriced. I mean, I like it. Is it overpriced? Yeah, because it's $350 for 50 mls, and you know, although it's an extrait de parfum, the performance may be a little bit questionable. So get your nose on it, get a sample if you like honey, floral fragrances, and see what you think. So this is Casablanca Lily from the house of Byredo. Alright y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Are there any honey fragrances out there that you enjoy that I haven't mentioned? I know the other one that was on my radar, it's on my radar, off my radar, on my radar again, and it's Back to Black from Killian. I had a sample, I played with it, I liked it 2 days, then the other 2 days I didn't like it, so I never pulled a trigger. So yeah, let me know if there are any honey fragrances that I should get my nose on, because I do enjoy the note of honey. I just have to be in the mood. Like, you know, maybe that's why I have so many fragrances, because I have a lot of different moods. I don't know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. We're going to pop it up here. Okay? So, in this world, remember, you could be anything you want to be. But while you're out there being that anything, smell like good people, man. Smell good. Have a good one.